So we have our main three right now: Mr. James West, Kerman Lapierre, and Kingsley, who doesn't have a second name on his sheet still. Are you guys all here?
I'm here.
Yep.
Is that really how you wanna be? You sure?
Yeah, man. Shit. What was the name of that movie? Ah, damn. Help me out, Raph. What you rebelling against? What you rebelling against?
What am I rebelling against?
What's the name of that movie?
Evolution?
No, like you, man. What's the name of that movie?
Train spotting?
What you rebelling against? What you got?
That's a Simpsons joke.
No, it's what? Are you not familiar with movies?
I remember the joke when they asked Lisa Simpson what you're rebelling against, and she says, "What you got," which might be an allusion to something else.
Yeah, it's damn it, The Wild One.
Oh, wow.
1953's The Wild One.
I've not seen that. I've seen The Outsiders, I've seen The Wild Bunch, but I've not seen The Wild One.
Yeah, Marlon
Is that
Brando.
the Marlon Brando one?
Yep.
Oh, is that the one who's in the weird motorcycle outfit?
Well, the other guys are in the weird motorcycle outfits that make them kind of look like they're dressing up to be pirates, but...
Yeah, man, I haven't... Shit, I haven't seen that in forever.
I just figured that would be... Yeah, ironically, when you look it up, the first two are from The Wild One, the video clips, and then the third one is Lisa Simpson.
It's Lisa Simpson, yeah. So you're a motorcycle rebel?
No, you know what I am.
Yeah, I thought you were something different.
We've talked, or at least I've talked at you.
Yeah.
You talked at him.
I do that to a lot of people.
I'm still Kerman Lapierre, who is actually a UK blue blood bastard.
Tell me what that means. BRMC. What does it mean? Black Rebels Motorcycle
What is it you drive, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
I drive a Rolls Royce Phantom 1. I'm sorry, I looked at all the vehicles and I did all the research about trunk space, and I'm sorry, the Phantom 1 is just so fucking cool.
It really is.
And I mean, really, when everything I told you about my family, when I stole this car from their property, this was the best one.
So, as you guys are, you did gather up outside the church first, and then decided there. So we're picking up basically after you guys have made the collective choice to go and gather up outside of, not to go gather up inside, to go investigate.
Well, they've got the
church.
They've got the captain. So my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got 6 refrigerators.
As you guys are like slowly pondering and deciding, you hear the familiar roar, because yes, Rolls-Royce Phantoms make a lot of noise.
Very popular around here, apparently. Oh no, sorry, I didn't drive the other one here. The captain didn't drive the other one here. So.
But Kerman, especially for you, since you know the captain, you know his car, you hear the familiar roar of a Phantom 1.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is a car in this neighborhood, and then that's a Phantom. That's the kind of car we steal.
And I do believe there's music playing out of it, isn't there?
Yes, loudly. Dance music.
I can imagine James just like raising a hand up to his like forehead, trying to peer into the distance at it, and just kind of muttering to himself, "I thought there was only enough room for one rich asshole around here."
And with this loud noise, you do start to hear the church doors unlocking, and the priest kind of peeks his head out and looks around. You guys can see him from where you are, hidden just outside the edge of town.
I have no excuse to murder him, so I can't kill him. I wish I did, but I don't.
Are you guys trying to? You were trying to stay hidden, weren't you? So could you make me?
Yeah.
Hide checks.
I can't think of any reason to make ourselves obvious.
No, yeah. Nice.
A bunch of very conspicuous heads all peeking out from behind the same tree.
It's that scene from Superman 2 where Lex Luthor is breaking out of jail and they're just all slowly creeping against the wall.
So you do see the man of the church kind of leans around the corner, sees all of you, and just kind of
He
uses
saw
his
us, even
arm
though
to
we all made the roll.
You all failed.
Oh, this is fail. Derp, my bad. I'm gonna go stick my head in a bucket of water.
He like motions you all over, and you see him like mouthing, "Come here, quick."
I can't think of any reason not to. I will do so.
I will join. I'll just kind of like give him a look. It's like, you know that fool? The one with driving into town?
No, I've got
Music
no
that
idea.
loud?
I've got no idea who that is, but you need to tell them to go and get out of here quickly. I know you
Are
know.
they?
So the car is stopped. I'm guessing at the pub is where Jack would have stopped.
I mean, if the pub is obviously a pub, then yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely obviously a pub.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would make some sort of joke about doing like a big old spin in the middle of the road, but we all know that a Phantom one cannot do a spin.
Yeah, I was thinking this is not the car for that.
I make turns like a boat makes turns.
Isn't the Phantom? The Phantom's the kind of car that we ride on the outside with our Tommy guns, right?
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
running.
That's an older style of the same model.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what's always confusing. You see Phantom, I'm thinking of that giant boater car, and you've actually got something smaller.
Well, actually, that is a different car that looks like the older style of the Phantom. Like I said, I looked at all these cars that were in the examples, the ones you could buy. Some of them look like that, but they look like the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" You saw that movie where he's leaning out, firing the Tommy gun. They look like that.
Yeah,
which is a less refined version of what the old style Rolls Royce one.
The book's
like.
biased towards America, so.
So Jack, you've parked up at the pub. What are you doing? As the party are currently just kind of like looking at you from the church, which is literally across the street.
Yeah, I mean, I step out of the car, or I probably had the window down and I just Dukes of Hazzard out the top of the car.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be my style. I mean, I'm looking around. I'm wearing the 1920s driver's glasses. Look, those ones that have the goggles on the side. Don't take that shit off. That is style, if I've ever seen it.
Oh my God,
That apparently is a rich asshole, I think.
Credit rating's 99. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no, I technically have $5 million in assets. Yeah, I mean, I look around, I grab something from the inside of the car, and then I walk into the pub.
Okay.
I mean, from the outside, it looks like I'm just stuffing my pockets with something.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
So the priest guy looks at you guys, looks at the man, looks at you guys, is like, that guy does not know what he's in for.
My electrical repair is only 10%. Do any of you guys have a higher electrical repair than that?
You guys are just gonna rob his car.
My electrical repair is low enough that I probably think if I flip a light switch, I'll get electrocuted.
Damn it, I was thinking we could just steal the car and just get the hell out of here.
Well, maybe we can convince him to leave. We can get a ride out with him.
Who is that guy?
I don't know. Well, I guess we should ask, but how are we going to approach this?
Well, I'm asking you, James. You're rich blue
What?
blood. Don't you know these people?
No, of course not.
We could jack his car. We should probably go find out who he is and why he's here.
Right, before we opt to steal everything he owns.
No, we're not stealing everything he owns. If we steal his car, we can get out of here and get some help. Whoever's got those people who have the captain, we already know that they're dangerous people. His friend is crazy and is running around with those nut jobs. And getting to the next town on foot might be impossible if they're watching. But with a roadster like that, with like steel plating like that, we might be able to break the blockade. And
Exactly.
it's easier to ask forgiveness than it is to ask permission.
Well, one way or another, there's no other car in town, so here's hoping.
Am I the best talker that's left in the party?
You most certainly are.
Roll my eyes. All right. Why don't the
Uh-oh.
did we lose somebody?
Yeah, Rabbit.
Well, I think
Oh,
he's
sorry.
having a mic problem.
Okay, because I was going to suggest that Rabbit should case the car. James, you should come with me to the pub and watch the door, and I'm going to go inside and find out who this Jack fellow is and suss him out.
Will do. Inside or outside, then?
But if we have to get his, you should be in the doorway, so if he tries to leave, you can intercept him. I'd hate to steal his car because I don't have anything bad about this gentleman, but we are in over our heads, and that is the first reliable transportation we've seen. And I can drive. So, can you drive?
Can I?
I
Looking?
should probably ask Rabbit if he can drive, even though I don't think he can.
I'll check his sheet for you quickly.
No, not any better than base.
All right. Well, we don't know how to. Yeah. So if we have to hold him at gunpoint, I know Rabbit's heavy. Are you heavy?
No, I'm reasonably light, I think.
Damn it. All right. I've just got the pocket pistol. Well, we might have to use foul language. All right. Let's go suss the guy out. Maybe he's here to kill the guys on the hill, and this will be even easier.
Okay.
So
while waiting for Rabbit to set up, Rabbit will probably
we'll-
case the car. I'll block the
want
door.
Rabbit
You
to
go and
case
do
the
your
car.
thing.
All right. Let's go, and we'll be cautious as we cross the street because apparently there are people looking for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy may have been all smarmy in the street, but I don't want to get shot by some rifle, and I know there were gunshots earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So we will do Kerman and James West first then. So you guys approach the pub and enter. So while that's been happening, Jack, what have you been doing?
My best to order whatever alcohol I can pronounce in English.
God, he's a foreigner. Just have a sign that says "Rob me."
I mean, if I do, it's probably right below the sign that says "Bad Man."
Everyone can pronounce Carling, so yeah, sure. You order a Carling.
That is the most British version I've ever heard.
What does your character like to drink?
That's probably a rum. Like a spiced
so
rum.
He pours you a draft of this Carling lager, and
what do you like to drink? Well, he pours you a lager.
It's a Scottish
And that's
bar.
that's a very British response.
That's pretty much all they have. No, they do have some whiskies, and I don't think he sells rum.
I'd assume you'd have bad wine.
Yeah, he has wine, whiskies, no rum, unfortunately.
Is there a song?
I don't know what that means.
It's wine, whiskey, and song. This town only has 2 of the 3 comforts.
Oh, no, there isn't any music.
I gotta leave this town.
Oh, you were saying song. I
Yeah.
thought women was one of the comforts.
Wow, I want to go to your party.
But yeah, there's plenty of like beers on draft, quite a bit of whiskey and a few cheap knockoff brands of wine. The man behind the desk is rather medium, stubbly, looks pretty ugly actually.
Alright, so what Jack is bound to do is he says the words that he knows, and I'm assuming the guy behind the counter will like gesture to something or, trying to figure out what I'm saying. Right?
Oh, right. You've got an Eastern accent.
I have an Indian accent?
Yeah, that's the East.
Right. Well, I don't know. Sometimes people say Eastern and they think Asian countries. I'm saying
In this time period, we call it an Eastern accent.
alright.
As you talk, so are you going to order the whiskey then?
Well, it's more that I'm getting him to point to something, and then when he turns to point at something, I'm going to hop over the counter.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Wow.
Sure. So as you're like talking to him, and he's like kind of befuddled, and he turns around to look, you hop over the counter. What do you do then?
Grab what he's pointing at.
he doesn't really stop you. He just kind of steps back and he goes, "Oh, whoa there. What are you doing?"
I open the bottle.
You have to pay for that.
And I pour it into my mouth. That is horrible, Rabbit. You're getting closer. We can hear something, but it's static.
Come back to our realm, Rabbit, please.
Damn.
Towards the light, Carol Ann.
Only 4 sessions in and he's already been taken by Cthulhu.
I don't know. Sounds more like Slenderman to me.
Well, if nothing else, Slenderman loves to hold parties and bring everyone to his place.
True. He's gonna the barman just kind of stands there befuddled as you're pouring this bottle of whiskey into your mouth, and at that point the door opens, and Kerman and James, you enter to see the scene of our friend Jack here pouring a bottle of Glenfiddich whiskey into his mouth, while the barman just stands there with his hands on his head, speechless.
James is going to raise an eyebrow, but then take up his position at the door and just kind of stand in it. It might be even more pertinent if this person is looking to hop into the pub, drink straight out the bottle, and then run. So a little bit of wide-eyed curiosity right now.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves it to Kerman.
So Kerman, it's all yours. What do you wish to say to this man? This absolute madman.
Maybe this guy will get himself arrested and be easier to steal his car. Does it look like he needs help getting him?
Sorry, you broke up there a little bit, Raph.
I said, oh, sorry. Does this look like the guy needs help getting him off the camera?
I mean, you can kind of see, yeah, he doesn't want him there, but the bartender doesn't seem to really be doing anything about it.
I'm gonna go for it and say, hey, buddy, you're not supposed to be back there.
In English, I suppose.
In English, yeah.
Which I am not so proficient in.
I
mean, I have enough to get, what was it, basic transactional?
Come on, let's get you seated down. Since you don't understand English, I'm going to try the next language I understand, which is French.
Which I am only slightly better at.
Right, which a lot of foreigners might know.
And I guess...
Yeah, this guy definitely doesn't look English.
Well, then I will go around the bar and, like, physically, like, you know, there you go, there's a friend, and, like, tap him on the shoulders and, like, guiding him to a seat.
I think I'll just give you a confused look, but follow along.
While
Moving to a chair. Okay, go ahead.
I want to pat him down on the sly to see if he's packing.
Okay. What would that be? What do you want to use for that?
It would I think it would either be spot hidden or it would be, but I think it would be sleight of hand.
Yeah, yes. Sleight of hand contested by a spot hidden? Question mark.
Sure.
Okay, Jack, make me a spot hidden. Nice.
I'd like to push this, if I may.
Sorry, what were we using, the green ones or the purple ones?
The green ones.
Okay, you can push this.
Oh, they are purple.
Because, like, the first time I use one of my best skills, and it's a freaking fumble. Alright, well, I still failed, but he still failed, so we're going to look like idiots.
Yeah, you don't find anything, and you don't notice anything. That's pretty much how that goes.
All right,
Um,
let you see it down. Which means I probably knock something over or break something expensive while I'm guiding him over.
No, I'm bouncing
Yeah.
off the countertop or the walls anyway.
Right. Well, I pushed and failed, so something bad should happen.
Oh yes, I forgot to
There's
think about
plenty
something.
of bottles and stuff to break.
Yeah, you knock over an expensive bottle of whiskey, and as you're kind of like leaving the bar, and the bartender just kind of like standing there in more shock now.
I'll just add that to the captain's tab.
Rip. So you guys get to the table where Kerman was taking you, and I assume Kerman, you sit this foreign man down.
There's a good bloke.
Well, I mean, yeah, he would lead me to a table. I'd take a seat, lean back into it, put my feet up on the table.
Nice.
Hiking boots in the air.
At this point, the barman started like cleaning up a bit of the mess, and he's mumbling to himself, obviously very clearly annoyed.
You've come a long way, friend.
Who are you?
You can call me Kerman. I'm also a tourist in this town.
I'll probably swig the bottle back again, take a long, obvious gulp, slap the bottom of the bottle against my chest, and say, "Jack."
Of course you are. Came all this way alone and with determined purpose. Pretty exciting. If you're here to do some hunting, you're probably going to be disappointed.
I mean, one hand, open palm, swipes up through the air. Other shoulder, half shrugs. What you want?
Not every day somebody comes. It's not every day you see a Phantom Roadster, much less.
Sorry, you broke up right at the end.
I said, it's not every day you see a Phantom Roadster, much less in a town like this. You've come far.
I travel. Again, my French isn't great, so I'm trying to cut every sentence down as far as I can.
But his French seems to be better than his English, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my English, to put it into perspective, my English is a 10. My French is a 30.
Oh god, yes. So
really cutting it down to the point where I can understand you, but I might not be able to cut my own words out that well.
Mm-hmm.
I get the gist of what you're saying.
I know, but it's so weird. Why did this rich guy just come to this town? He's just a goofy drunk guy. What the hell?
James out loud says there's only one answer for this. Tourist.
Crap. See, I always want to say West, but that wasn't the colonel's name. Oh, sorry, the captain's name. What was the captain's name?
The captain?
The Tet's old character.
Nathaniel Shaw?
Shaw, right. Okay.
There we go.
I said you wouldn't happen to be here to see Master Shaw, would you? You know Shaw?
No, haven't seen.
Does the name Shaw mean?
Another shrug and another drink.
Because I was thinking if he's a rich, because I know Shaw, knows a lot of. He's rich and attracts a lot of rich people. It's like, wow, this. Just you're not much of a talker, are you? So you're a gambler?
I think he is. You'd see the quirk of a brow at the word gambler. Maybe a foot drops off the table so he can lean forwards a little bit. What you got?
I don't have much, but I do have some pocket money. Do you have some cards?
He's gonna shake his head. No. I guess also like head turn over towards the. What was this guy's job title? Barman, inn owner. What I mean,
Yeah, he's a bartender.
I guess toss a thumb in his direction.
He's currently still cleaning and wiping tables. Just
Right?
kind
No,
of
no. I
not.
mean, to Kerman, pointing back at the bartender, as if maybe he has it.
Bartender has any cards?
Yeah, you have playing cards.
Hmm.
Ben's a gambling man. He wants cards.
The barman kind of looks up at you quickly and says, yeah, I've got some playing cards.
Well, here, let me
Can
pay you for them, and we'll deal this man a hand.
before that,
Universal language.
can I have the money for the whiskey that guy's drinking?
I'll go through my pockets. How much do I owe you?
He kind of gives you a look and says, "You've been throwing everything else on the tab, so I assume you just want me to add it to the tab."
Yes, and I'll say with a melancholy, I'm sure Captain Shaw will be back to resolve this sooner than later. You haven't seen that big. I'm gonna ask the barkeep. You haven't, or the you haven't seen that big dark gentleman back, have you?
He left not long after you, actually.
Of course he
Strange
did.
for him to pop in and dart out so quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over to the guy Wes who's watching the door. Do you give me a sign or anything weird? Because I know we wanted to have Rabbit case the car. It looks like Rabbit's still having trouble.
Yeah, I'll
Rabbit.
turn my head to literally look outside and see what Rabbit's doing and what signal he tosses over.
Rabbit. So, what are you doing during this time?
I guess I'm. Could I go through his car? Like, could I
Yeah.
come in through the passenger side and just look through his glove box and find his documents?
Are
Actually
you
try and-
suggesting that I don't lock my home when I leave it?
Yeah, this guy lives in this car.
Oh,
What would it be to unlock a door?
There's a specific locksmith skill.
Oh, hey,
Is there?
that's convenient.
I know because I
Yeah.
have it. Hello,
Kings-
criminal.
Kingsley. So the car is locked. Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
What
so
about the
King's
trunk?
like, well, I'm gonna fucking smash it.
Yeah, well, the boot's probably locked too.
Yeah, the boot is locked. I'm gonna assume everyone locks their fucking boot.
Okay, and if I'm looking through the window, do I see anything identifiable?
Is his
Um,
backseat filled with boxes of TNT or something?
Yeah, Jack. What does the inside of your car look like?
I mean, there's probably a large blanket across the back seat, but it's not like covering stuff up. You can probably see what's back there. There's a couple of boxes, wooden boxes. I mean, it'd be hard to tell what would be in them. There's a shovel laying across the floor of the back seat. There's a pile of rope. There's a couple of pieces of clothing that I'm obviously not currently wearing that are just piled up back there. There is an elephant gun perched across the front seat,
Oh damn.
Holy shit!
and a 12 gauge shotgun as well. That's what you'll be able to see through the front window or any of the windows in the front.
Okay. I mean, maybe he's looking for a big wolf or something. I don't know.
With
Big
a
bear.
hell?
Maybe he's a bear hunter.
with an elephant gun. Yeah, that's a bear killer. That is. That's an everything killer. You point the elephant gun at something, it dies.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's an elephant gun.
And it's
Wonder what
also
he's hunting,
risky.
naval battleships?
Also, pointedly, the vehicle has this large array on the inside of it. I don't have the picture available right now, but this is one of the very first lines of car-mounted radios. So, giant antenna thing sticking up out the top, and there's this whole inside thing for the car radio to work. Also, it has an auto spotlight and an luggage carrier. Things that make it different from other Phantom ones of the time.
Mm-hmm. It's a very strange car to look at, Kingsley. Even like as someone who knows a few rich people, this car is like obviously a giant fucking status claim. This guy's proven a point.
Right, right. Is there anybody around? Look,
Not right. Roll me a spot hidden. There's always eyes on everywhere in this town, so
it's the
let's see.
green one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see everything.
You are
See the future.
entirely alone.
Who did I see? Do I
No one. No one. No, there's no one. You are entirely alone.
know?
Well, I guess aside from James staring at you.
Yeah. Aside from the parties, but I'm assuming that wasn't part of the question.
Oh, I thought you were inside, not outside.
I'm like in the door frame.
Oh, okay. That tells me something.
I guess I'll walk to James.
Mm-hmm.
Just some rich guy with a big ass gun.
I was gonna say he has nothing on the car. Say he has a gun.
Well, he has an elephant. He has an elephant gun in his car. I don't know what he's trying to hunt. Probably some bear or moose.
I can probably say that there's not a damn thing out here. And so
Are
I'm
you
looking
sure?
back at Kerman, and what kind of signal was Kerman looking for here?
If I can get that pack of cards, I'm gonna try and get this guy into what's a good gambling game for only 2 people.
5-card draw.
Do you understand poker?
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're asking me or the character, yeah, both of us would know 5-card draw. Basic poker, that's universal.
I'm just looking here. I guess there's no gambling skill.
Yeah, just be a luck roll.
Where's the bluff skill?
Fast talk.
Charm? I guess fast talk would be better than
Fast
that.
talk, which I actually don't have, which is hilarious.
I mean, you're gonna fast talk the guy who barely understands you. I
Well,
guess that's true. I guess that's fair.
Having a lack of tells, but I don't even have fast talk. I'm not that kind of criminal.
Well,
so.
you have at least 5% in fast talk.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could just make luck rolls. So if I
Sleight of
understand,
hand,
I'm
if
gonna
you're
try.
cheating.
Sleight of hand if I want to cheat, which I could actually do, but I don't want to do that at the moment. Mostly, my objective here is to, since the guy doesn't talk that much, I'll encourage him to, he's got a bottle of whiskey in him and cards. I just want to keep him busy. Apparently, the 2 of you guys are going to come in and like talk to each other and look suspicious. So I'm going to sit there thinking about that. But how fast can I get? This guy just came in and drank a whole bottle of whiskey. Isn't he drunk?
I mean, I've taken 3 or 4 swigs of whiskey. I haven't drunk a whole bottle yet.
I kind of want to get this guy drunk. So
Okay.
the 2
You
of these
wanna
guys
try
don't
and-
come over and tell me, he's got a prostitute locked up in his trunk.
You're that kind of date.
You look like the kind of guy who drinks freely. So, and I'm a little worried that you're also the kind of guy who shoots first and asks questions later.
I got a pretty good hand, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
wait, where is the
while
luck?
that's
There it is.
while that's happening, yep. Go ahead.
Damn!
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time you guys finish your first round of poker, I do believe that Mr. Kingsley approaches James and tells him the news. So after James, after hearing what Kingsley had to say, what do you wish to do?
Well, I do have my little notepad, and I can go ahead and scrawl a little note. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my pen, write on it, and make a little message of something to the tune of loaded both money and weapons. Who the hell is he? Give it a little fold and pass it over to Rabbit here. Character name Kingsley. And let Kingsley deliver that over to Herman.
Okay.
Okay. If I wanna try, I guess animal handling, which is 5. Okay, I'll take the. Damn, I want to do it in a unconspicuous way, not just fucking. Oh, here you go, man.
You
James
just
wrote here.
You could just walk up to me and pat me and slip me the note on the sly.
Mm-hmm. Which I
I
assume
mean,
what you would do.
that's not that weird.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I was gonna try to send it with the dog, but knowing our luck, it probably just fucking.
I don't know
It's
how
a
well
dog.
trained
Shoot
your
it.
dog is. What's your sleight of hand like?
Just 10%.
I've got sleight of hand. I'll glad hand you and try to take anything out of your hand.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll be coming to the bar like I just arrived. 'cause
Ah,
I think,
Kingsley, good to see you.
hey man, what's up? And I go and I check your hand.
Yeah.
Nice. Roll me a spot hidden check then, Jack.
I don't think I'd actually care.
Okay, that's fine. You
I
don't
mean,
have to.
there's a lot of things I'd be concerned about. Like, I'd be listening for somebody fucking with my car. I'd be back to the back of the tavern, facing the door, so I could see anybody coming in. But I don't think I'm actually like, 100%ing these people.
Since they cased out the car, and so yeah, and I can pretend to look down at my cards while looking at this note. It says he has elephant gun, and it's just like, There's something weird about there's something. I'm just thinking of something weird about a guy who doesn't speak the local language, rolls up an expensive car, has a gun, and is drinking. It's like you're either here for an exciting vacation or you're here on a vendetta. My goal with the luck roll is I actually want to lose the game, but I want to lose slowly.
I see what you're doing. You're taking your time.
Yeah. And encouraging the guy to drink. And encouraging him to talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Okay. Jack, are you gonna let yourself get drunk?
Yeah, probably. Seems right up my alley. Although I don't see myself, talking at a turn. Seems like if you wanted me to talk, you'd have to inspire the conversation. Otherwise, I'm just gonna focus on beating you at poker, which it seems like I'm really good at.
I'm a very inspiring person. You must have a lot of stories to tell, even though, even if you just want to tell them your own language. I always like hearing people come from and details of their place. Wow, okay, we're finally rolling good.
I mean, is that resisted by something, or am I just counter charming you?
It would be a power.
Yeah, I think it'd be resisted by power.
Alright. I would say I have no luck if it was just charm.
Yeah. But I've got hard. You've only got a success.
Yes, that's the second
So
time you've done it to me.
He's definitely charming and seems to be a genuinely want to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, and instead, in my own language, no less, which means an hour at least of me going on in a language that you don't understand.
Yeah, so while we're doing this, I guess we have to wait to see if any news of the captain or the dark man show up to that. I don't want to more call the guy. He was just all in black, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman, I guess, is what we might call him. Because he didn't give us a name.
The people who described him just named him the Englishman to you guys.
Yes, the Englishman. Okay. Well, if he shows up back up again to chase us off.
Mm-hmm. No, you guys are able to have a poker game to its fruition.
I feel bad.
And
I just feel so bad about this. On the other hand, it's like this makes the most sense of any plan I've ever had.
I'm assuming you're gonna let Jack win each time.
Well, I want to string him along. That's the point. I mean, I will my goal is to string him along, but I will let him be on the winning side of things. Yeah. So Like if he's gonna like go all in, I would uh fold. I mean, my goal is, I'll fold on some hands, string them along, lose hands that are marginal, tease him.
And I'm playing like one of those people who doesn't know what money is worth. So
Which I also figured out. So
yeah, so I'm like all in every hand. I just don't get it. I'm one of those people you play online who know it's fake money, so they don't care about stakes.
well, I've met people like you before.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys play for a while. Oh shit.
Was that a total blip?
I say, all you said was, so you guys play for a while, and then nothing.
Yeah. While that's happening, James and Kingsley, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'm just sitting down, trying to keep an eye on this strange new.
Okay. James, what about you?
James is kind of like looking back across the way at the church to see if our friend Ian is still poking his head out or whatever.
He is.
And I'm just gonna kind of look over at him, and I'm just gonna kind of give him a big shrug of confusion. And that's just gonna be it. James is basically the door guard at the moment. He's probably also maybe taking a moment to look at his hand, because if I recall, you said there was an injury, and he's still curious how bad that is.
Um, so the injury on your hand is currently just like a small cut right now.
hmm
Nothing. It doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah. So
You've seen it happen.
Yeah. Since this morning I haven't had any chance to deal with it, so at this point I'm probably just like pulling a couple little bits and pieces out of my bag and just wrapping that up.
Yeah. So the man at the church, Mr. Allen, is gonna approach. He's gonna kind of leave his church door. He locks it with a padlock and walks across the street very cautiously, holding his
Wow, he's
pocket.
coming out of the church for this.
Yeah.
hmm He's got his right hand attached almost to his pocket at all times.
Oh God.
And he kind of hurriedly waddles over to you by the door, and he whispers, "What's going on? Who is that guy?"
I'm not sure, but you remember Shaw, right?
The rich
Did you have a talk with him?
I saw him and heard about him. The rich extravagant one, right?
Right. This person seems like he's about 4 of those.
Wonderful. We need more people like that in this town.
Absolutely loaded? Probably. I imagine if there wasn't other things, the economy could probably get a kickstart, but why? Just take a look in the window there.
He kind of leans over to the car and looks in and goes, "Oh,
I,
wait.
right.
Do you do you think possibly that this man is here to deal with our problem?"
I haven't the slightest, but from what I've been hearing, he doesn't seem to speak very much English or French.
Um. Anyway,
Actually, would you happen to know what they're speaking? It sounds Eastern.
um, Eastern. I don't speak Eastern languages.
Ah, well, that's a shame. I guess more of just seeing how much he actually is capable of telling us then. There's a card game going on inside if you're interested.
I'll pass, thank you.
Fair enough. Last time I
I
got into a card game, I think I lost about $20. Uh, 20
listen.
pounds. That's right.
I'm,
That's where I live.
I'm gonna have to go back inside the church. I can't stay out here for long, but I have something for you and your friends.
I'll tell them when they get done.
No, not something to tell them. And he kind of takes his hand away from his pocket and takes out like a little fist-sized box and hands it to you.
Huh. It's a little box. I'll just kind of like look back up at him and go, so just make sure that they get this then.
He nods.
Alright, I'll go ahead and put the box in my bag for the moment. And of course, close up my bag.
Okay. As he kind of hands you that, he just kind of quickly waddles away and leaves you there. £20 is to be a lot in this day and age. Yeah, it's quite a bit actually. So you guys play for a good hour. Yeah, Mr. Jack, do you want to roll me a Constitution save or check? Sorry, I'm so used to 5th edition.
Sure, I'm bound to fail. I failed.
Yeah, you've gotten yourself right nicely drunk.
Looking a little tired there, friend. During which, of course, no monsters or cultists have come to kill us.
And I am exclusively speaking in my own native language of Cthulhu.
I don't think I would know. I would guess the only skill I would have to know what that is history.
It is the 11th most common language in the world. Second in India, though.
Right. I mean, I would more likely to recognize. I mean, I would more likely to assume it's Hindustani.
You would.
I couldn't tell you the difference.
You would probably just call it Indian.
Yeah.
It sounds Indian.
Yeah. Well, it's a place where you get a lot of legitimate artifacts and a lot of forged artifacts from, so I'm not unfamiliar.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like, yep, that's a foreign language, all right.
you recognize it as an Eastern language, but after a while, you become bored of poker, and you eventually stop. You end up playing for about an hour and a half of people just standing around watching you two play poker. At this
This
time,
man
though,
needs more whiskey.
mhm. At this time, who's at the door again?
That would be me.
Or,
That'd be
James.
James.
yeah, because and has a right.
James, make me a spot hidden check with a +1 modifier.
Okay, dope. Well, let's do it. So I guess I will just go ahead and roll 3d10. Here we go. I believe the first two are 10s and the last one is 1s.
Yeah.
That is correct. So a 9 then.
What's your spot hidden values?
48. I'm well in line to succeed at this.
So yeah, that is a extreme. So
Fantastic.
on the edge of town, the way that this town's set up is like a crossroad with the church, the pub, and like a few little buildings on the crossroad. You're basically standing. You can see in 3 of the 4 directions. Coming from the north, which is the opposite from the church, no, left of the church, sorry, you see a silhouette kind of seem to basically appear on the road, currently walking towards the center of town. It's just
Is it recognizable as a silhouette that I know, either like the Dark Man or Shaw or something?
It seems to fit the description of the Dark Man pretty closely.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and just like give a soft little knock over on the side of the door frame, and then give Kerman a look, and then like nod my head like towards the north.
He wants you to throw a fastball.
Well, this place has an indoor loo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty modern. Do we smoke indoors?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! I have no excuse to get up. Excuse me for a moment. I need to stretch my legs. You're such a good player. I can't believe how you're just a wizard of the cards, and I've had bad luck, and you probably don't understand a word I'm saying. So I'll get up and go to the door.
Okay, and I'll sort of point out the silhouette.
What who's that?
Familiar face.
It's the churchman?
No, the
It's the
one we're
gentleman.
worried about. The
gentleman's here?
gentleman.
All right. I've been working this bloke. I think got him pretty sauced. I think we can take him.
What, do you want to just make a run for stuff right now or something?
I figure if he's here and watching, he has no fear in this town. If he and his men come after us, we're gonna take it first and worst. They've got piles of money. Yeah, I say we do it. You good at punch ups?
Good question. I gotta actually double check myself on that one. It's been a minute. What is it? Fighting brawl?
Yeah.
I'll just like give a shrug. I'm a soldier, of course.
All right. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna start playing poker. You kick out his chair. I'll help him back up.
All right.
I'll go back in.
So James is gonna go ahead and wander by that chair, and on his way past, just kind of like kick one of the legs and just drag it all the way out.
Yeah.
And as previously mentioned, I am leaning into the chair with at least one leg up on the table, so
Yeah.
not unbelievable that I'd get knocked over.
Yeah, completely toppled, probably.
Oh no! Oh, you klutz! Here, let me help you back up. And when I want to help him back up, I want to pick his pocket and get those keys.
Yeah, rather large belch and a string of what could only be assumed to be expletives because of the way they're said.
I've got a cover, and he's drunk. I can't get any more bonuses than this.
So what's
Roll a
happening?
sleight of hand with a +1 dice modifier.
All right. Best I can do. I'm going to roll and then roll a bonus D10.
Do I have like a roll to spot this and with a negative?
Wow! So my choices are 81 and 91. I give up. It's my best skill, and I have 3 trials. I can't pass any of them.
Go ahead and roll me a spot hidden with a -1 then.
Alright, so 3d10, take the worst. So I'm looking at what, a 90?
91.
91.
Both
right.
Yeah, which would be a fail. It's either a
Do you
91
not-
or...
But you have a better than fail than I do. Does that mean you win?
But I
No,
still failed, so I wouldn't get...
it's-
I don't think I would get your pocket. I think I would just fail. You notice.
That or you
it's
could
not-
pick my pocket and get the wrong thing. I did say I
No,
was stuffing
it's-
my pockets.
What did you put in your pockets, actually?
A bunch of grenades.
Wow,
So
okay.
you could reach into my pocket, pull a chain, or not a chain,
Hold on.
a round metal circle, because you think it's a keychain, and
Well,
pull
this
a
is-
grenade out by the safety pin.
How are you carrying grenade? How?
Hold on. So before we carry on talking, yes, you do in fact reach into his pockets and feel something metal, and you.
Well, it's not a key, so I don't want to take it.
Well, it
I
feels
just
like a
meant that
key-
you could think it's a keychain.
Yeah, it feels
Your
like
call,
a keychain.
Master. I want the car keys. If it's car keys, I would take it.
It
I think
feels
it's
like
car
car
key.
key.
If I thought it was car keys, I would take it.
Yes. And you kind of plop it out of his pocket. He doesn't feel it. you step back, and I'm guessing you quickly leave.
I quickly pocket it. But a grenade is significantly different from a keychain.
As you go to put it in the pocket, you realize, oh, this is actually a large object. You look down,
Right.
you realize you're holding a grenade by the
I
safety
would
bit.
well, I wouldn't look at it. It was like I pull it out and go, it's heavy. I would pocket it immediately because I'm on the slide and go, that's not a keychain. I need to go look at this.
Mm-hmm. Well, whatever your character does, you realize it's definitely not a keychain.
Yeah. I might not know what a grenade is. I'm not a soldier.
Oh, yes.
I mean, sorry, I might not immediately recognize it as a grenade. Like maybe it's his pocket watch or something else on a fob.
Wonderful. Okay. So what do you wish to do then?
Yeah. Apologize to my friend. I'll say to James.
Oh no, it's all my fault. I'm so dreadfully sorry.
Yeah. I'll up and back up, dust him off, and say, well, that's a little rich for me. Well, why don't we settle up? And then I think, I've got to go check on my friend. But good to meet you, Jack. You look like a good fellow.
I think the
One
sequence.
of whom I wish you well. The fact that I wish you no specific harm.
I think the sequence is that I, stand up with that same grimace that's on my token right there. Hands outstretched to either side. Bottle held by the neck in one. Other hand open palmed in that way that looks like I'm about to ball it up and throw a fist. Staring at James. But then Kerman starts talking again, and I seem to lose interest in the Poindexter in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And turn to regard Kerman on his words of settling up.
So my question would be: does it look like Kerman wants to go somewhere private, or it looks like he wants to go outside towards where the car is? After this, 'cause I'm waiting for a signal.
What signal are you giving to Polly?
Kerman?
Wait, I'm not giving a signal.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm looking over to you for next directions and trying to motion upstairs, outside.
I'm going outside.
Okay.
I feel like this is the moment in every fantasy game or something like that where everyone says, I look at him with my eyes, say, give him a look that says, describe that look for me.
On a scale of 1 to 42, I'd say I feel like a 33 right now. When it comes to how healthy I am. But but yeah, it looks like Herman's going outside, so I will go ahead and follow him out there while just apologizing once more and backpedaling away.
Yeah, hand waving a bottle at you and a short burst of a language you don't understand, but it's said in a hostile way.
Okay. So you guys make it outside. The man is still the silhouette is still a good distance away in the distance. So Kerman, I'm guessing now is when you're gonna check the item in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, holy crap.
I assume everyone's standing around Kerman as he pulls this fucking grenade out of his pocket.
And we're just point blank with a grenade now, and just a bead of sweat goes down James's forehead.
Is it an Indian grenade?
No, it's British.
British.
It's a number 36 Mills bomb.
This man here for a war? It's a little early.
How did you get this in the country?
There are rules for buying illegal products or black market weapons.
Yeah.
And grenades are specifically listed among them.
Wow, this is a good old-fashioned pineapple grenade.